Hi there. I'm going to talk to you today about Moycullen Basketball Club and our return to play this season. Before the first training back, you must have completed a number of steps. The first of these is to complete an e-learning course with yourself and your child. Then you need to download the Club Force app, register with the club, and finally accept an invitation to training. The e-learning course is from Sports Ireland, so this is different from the GAA or LGFA course that was online. The link to it is on screen right now and is www.sportarland.ie/COVID-19/course. Both you and your child should complete this course. This can be done at the same time for both of you, and both your name and their name can be added to the certificate at the end. You should then take a screenshot or a clear photo and when possible send this to your team's manager by text or WhatsApp or email. The other steps that need to be completed are to download the Club Force app and register. The Club Force app handle our registration as they do for both the GAA and LGFA in Moycullen, so many of you will already have an account with them. We also used them for the last year or so. The app can be downloaded either from Google Play for Android or the App Store for iOS devices, or from clubforce.com. You look for Moycullen Basketball Club in the app and register your child or children through the app. They must be registered before the 1st of October for training, for insurance coverage, and also in order to provide the COVID questionnaire to be completed. After this, once you've registered and the teams have been arranged, the manager for the group will send out an invitation for the players on that team to train. That invitation should be accepted within 24 hours prior to training. The invitation cannot be accepted until you complete the COVID health questionnaire that is attached to it. It also must be accepted before the training time starts. If you're going to be late, you still need to accept it before the scheduled training time starts. Otherwise, the invitation lapses and the details for tracing would not be available for public health. So what do you need to do on training day? Well, before attending training and after accepting the invite, each child must wash their hands immediately before arriving at training. They must also bring their own basketball with them. They must also bring their own water bottle, which is labelled clearly with their name. And also, please don't forget these afterwards, as they provide a lot of trash to be gotten rid of, which is very difficult to do in the current climate. They must not have jewellery on them. We recommend gum shields. However, if a child wears a gum shield and puts it in and takes it out, they must wash it before they can put it back in again. At the hall itself, the session will start 5 minutes after the scheduled time and it will end 5 minutes early. This will allow time to avoid mixing with other groups. Before taking the floor, a player must check in with the manager or rostered parent before they can go on the floor. Children at the session do not need to wear face coverings. Coaches do not need to wear face coverings. All other adults in the gym must wear a face covering at the session. As I mentioned, the session will end 5 minutes early and the manager or the rostered parent will wipe down the benches if they were used, the door handles and the taps. Any wipes will be put in a designated bag and brought out of the gym for disposal after the session. Please don't put bottles, masks or wipes in the facilities bins. Although one adult is entitled to stay to watch the session per child, there has to be less than 50 in the gym. Therefore, we ask parents, where possible, not to stay in the gym for these public health reasons. If the parents must stay, then they must wear a face covering and observe 2 meters distance for public health reasons. In addition, it's very important that we ask that parents, when they're maintaining 2 meters distance, are not chatting on the sidelines, as this is a very noisy environment for the coach and we don't want coaches shouting inside, creating aerosols where possible. Coming and going to the hall. As per public health guidelines, parents are asked not to carpool with children from other families. Once the session has finished, players, parents, managers and coaches are asked to leave the hall promptly as the next group will be coming in, and there should be no congregating outside of the gym. So what if someone gets ill at training? Well, if a child becomes ill with COVID-like or any other symptoms for that matter, if possible, they will be asked to wear a face covering. The player will be asked to sanitize their hands and they will be taken away from the main session to another room. The manager rostered parent will keep 2 meters from the player and wear a face covering, and they will contact the parent or guardians of the child immediately. The child will be collected from that session. They should contact their GP then for further guidance. Any close contacts of someone with COVID-like symptoms should restrict their movements for 14 days or until further details are known, such as an alternate diagnosis or a negative test is made. Any material from that session, such as wipes or so on, should be bagged for 72 hours prior to disposal. What will these sessions look like? Well, they'll be a little bit different from other years. We will have children placed in pods of 6 players. Within that pod, contact play of 3v3 is allowed. Coaches can float between pods while maintaining a 2-meter distance where practical. The session may consist of stations, for example, at different baskets around the hall, or the full court can be used with other players staying on the sidelines. Players in different pods on the sidelines must stay separate during the session by at least 2 meters. Where practical, the pods will remain the same each week, although this may not be practical in every case. In younger age groups, we may need some volunteer adults to help supervise a pod. There should be no high-fiving or unnecessary contact. And if the ball is commonly used between a 3-on-3 game, for example, it can be wiped down regularly. Further details are available on Basketball Ireland's website. They will also be uploaded to our Club Force app shortly, including an instant report form if needed. Obviously, all of this applies at our current level in Galway, which is level 2. If we were to move to level 1, this would allow us greater freedoms. Level 3 may require further restrictions or even a temporary suspension of trainings until we move back to level 2. We'll keep you updated on all of these changes as we get them as well. So this will be a season like no other. And we have to keep in mind what success will be. Success will be our players getting back onto the basketball court. It will be our players enjoying their time playing a game. It'll be our players enjoying each other's company, although socially distant in some cases. And it'll be players who want to come back to play this game again next year. All the league games, competitions and national cups hopefully will get played, but these are bonuses. So we hope you have fun. We hope you enjoy yourselves. And we want you to stay safe, and welcome back.